Fairly easy reading if you were not a fan of mathematics in school. 10 overs, 80 runs, 8 runs and over, 3 wickets down. Keeping it simple are Gujarat. Hardik Pandya still there, leading the charge as he has been throughout this tournament. 25 of 17 balls, a wicket apiece to Bhuvneshwar Kumar after an eventful first over. Searing pace of Umran Malik, and Natarajan's been excellent from the very start. Here we are on Cricbuzz Comm Box to try and see if this is enough of a base to get them a winning total, because they will be bowling perhaps with a bit of moisture around. Joined by Harsha Bhogle. Harsha, how do you read 80 for 3 at the 10 over mark?
Maybe 1 wicket more than they would have liked to. 80 for 2 at the 10 over mark with the finishers that they would have had with Tewatia, Miller and Abhinav Manohar. 80 for 2. I think they would have taken it. It would have set them up for 170, 175. It probably still does if this partnership goes along a little longer and we can unleash, as I said, Tewatia and Abhinav Manohar. But what an intriguing passage of play. That 8th over, Gautam, was, I mean, it could be a candidate for probably the over of the tournament so far. Not just because one dominated the other, but because you saw everything you could see. You saw someone, Hardik got clattered, and make no mistake, the speed with which he pushed the physio back meant that he was rattled. And he was just showing, I'm cool, man. It's not happening. Then that drive, because of the one bouncer, ready for the drive. But to me, the pull shot was the pull shot and the wicket of Wade that followed. It was a riveting over.
Yeah, at the start of the show, we were sort of making lists of players who are retentions, who may not have found their way into the 11. But Umran Malik, yes, he may have had a couple of games where he went for over 10 and over. But certainly when you have something like that, and if he can start maybe developing a slower delivery, he could really be the complete package.
And you see how this bowling side is now starting to come together if the batsmen deliver runs. Because, Bhuvi is not going to deliver you 2 sets of 5 wides in 1 over ever again. Not in all the years that he's going to play cricket is he going to do that. You've got Marco Jansen, you've got the pace of Umran Malik, you've got the spin of Washington Sundar, and you've got Natarajan coming back into rhythm. So this is shaping up to be a really good all-round attack. Now they just need runs on the board. Today should be a good day for them. If they can keep Gujarat down to 160, 165, it should be a good day for them if the dew does arrive.
Yeah, I mean, even if the dew doesn't arrive, they have the kind of total that is a chaseable total, which is one of the traditional reasons, Harsha. I mean, dew has become a factor almost off late. But even if you consider no dew, when limited overs cricket started, be it 50 over or 20 over, we used to say knowing what total you have to chase is an advantage. So from that old-fashioned perspective, I don't think they'd mind either.
No, but the moment you get past 160 and you start a little slowly, that asking rate goes up to 10. And then if you lose wickets, like we saw yesterday, then you can always be behind, and in spite of a big finish, they fell short yesterday. So the moment you go past 160, it's a little troublesome. It looks a decent surface. Look, you saw that one ball that Sai Sudarshan got out. And it tells you there's good bounce on that track to hit him up there. So there's something there for the bowlers. This is 2 good bowling sides now. We talked about the bowling sides, remember, at the top? These are 2 good bowling sides now.
But is there enough firepower? I know Tewatia, he's used to doing a Tewatia, but which has usually been a bit more spectacular than meaty. Is he capable, assuming Miller and Hardik don't stay together for that long, of providing something a little bit larger along with Manohar, who showed glimpses of being class?
And that is something I'd love to discuss when we get Michael back too, because when we talked about Gujarat Titans, when we did a SWOT, we said the batting is an issue. And Hardik at 4 is papering over a lot of that. But if the batting starts to struggle, no, I don't think there's a lot of depth in that batting. They're a very good bowling side. But if this batting can somehow keep giving them 150s, 160s, then there's something to play in there. I mean, we haven't seen the best of Abhinav Manohar yet. We don't quite know. And Rashid Khan can swing his bat too. But it's not the strongest batting side in the tournament.
In the context of that, 12th over, 84 for 3. Give me a figure that you're thinking right now. A as a prediction, but more importantly, what Gujarat will be aiming at.
They'll be aiming at 160 and take whatever they get beyond that. But they won't be looking at too much more than 160, because already you see it's not very easy batting. If they can get 160, they'll be happy. I think that is what their target will be.
Well, we know we've just got a glimpse of what Manohar is capable of. The only problem is he hasn't come into bat after that first innings where he struck it over 200. So we'll wait and see what happens, whether or not Rashid Khan decides to come out and enjoy himself, which he likes to do whenever he gets an opportunity. For now, they're not looking at a massive total, but something to give their quality bowling attack a little bit of breathing room. That's all we have on Cricbuzz Comm Box. We'll see you in a few overs' time at the end of the innings.